the Spirit of God showed you that, oh, maybe it was even your lack of prayer or the lack of an action that resulted in that calamity, you won't stay angry. He's called your comforter. If you made the mistake and that thing happens, he's telling you, leave it, let's move on. Let's move on. So if you started praying, then after you will say, you now start saying, did the prayer, why did you begin to ask questions to query whether the prayer worked? I begin to wonder, what were you praying in the first place? Who were you praying to in the first place? He says, he that must come to God must believe that he is. He is. This is how faith works. This is how faith works. You must believe that God is, and he is a faithful rewarder. I made up my mind long time ago that God is righteous. Oh, you didn't hear what I just said now? He is righteous. If the very concept of God, if he is God, he must be all right always. Who understands that? He must be all right. What I mean by all right, he must be right every single time. If he fails at, we sing some songs that is just a sign of, it's just about humanity. You will never fail me. You will never fail me. As if, I'm warning you, don't fail me. Oh. My God, don't fail me. Oh. Where did failure come from? Where did the thought of failure come from? If you will have a thought of failure, he's not God. The very concept of God means he is righteous. He is righteous. There is no, Bible says, in him is light. He dwells in unapproachable light. He says there is no darkness at all. No darkness. The chance of God failing doesn't exist. I was a teenager when I came to this conclusion. And that is what it really means. That is why when you say a man has faith, when faith is there is no other way. Faith has latched onto the righteousness of God. He's never failing. The probability for failure is off. You say, well, Pastor, why do negatives happen? Get it. The probability of failure is off. The negative that you call negative, when he's done with it, you will start praising God for the negative. I'm serious. Look at the scriptures. Bible says that if the principalities, if they knew, they wouldn't have killed Jesus. Who understands what I'm saying? If you were looking from the outside and you're looking at Jesus, you say, hey, see this good man. Hey, why do bad things happen to good people? He's a nice man. Every time, Rabbi, shalom, be healed, out. They just caught him. See how they disgraced him. Removed his clothes in public. To you, that looks like a downtime. This righteous God, this one who makes, didn't you read what he says? He says, Paul came to the conclusion. He says, all things work together for the good of them who love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. This was no negatives. All things work together for their good. Bible says, if you were looking at Jesus, you would have been feeling so bad for him. But in that whole time of death and destruction, God was working something. He was working something. By Sunday morning, the news had changed. By Sunday morning, the news has changed. And the devil thought that was all. One man rose, but later he found out, my goodness, what I killed was not a man. what I killed was not a fruit. He found that, my goodness, he was a seed. He was the seed of Abraham. I helped God plant him. I helped God plant him. And when you plant the seed, what comes out after the seed will not be one seed. What will come out will be a harvest.